Good morning, everybody. We're going to make homemade popcorn today. You're going to need the following ingredients as you start cooking. This is popcorn. This is yellow kernel popcorn. You can find it at the grocery store or at any store. Orville Redenbacher, Pop Secret, and any kind of generic is fine as well. Oil. I like to use coconut oil in my popcorn, but you can use any oil. Vegetable oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, but do not use olive oil because olive oil does not do very well under heat and it actually turns into a carcinogen. You'll need a bowl. This is my big popcorn bowl. This is what we use at home. And then you'll need a big pot or a pan with a lid. So just make sure your lid is there. So let's get started. So I've had my pot getting hot. It's under high heat. I'm going to toss some coconut oil in here. You just want to, just enough to cover the bottom of the pot. Once you have your coconut oil, the Neal family secret is to put 3 kernels in to test the oil. Once you have a kernel that's popped, that's when you know that the oil is hot and you can put in the rest of your popcorn. So let's watch. So we have our coconut oil getting hot. We we tossed in 3 popcorn kernels and we're waiting for one of them to pop to let us know when we can put the rest of our kernels in. So the way popcorn pops is inside each little kernel is water. And that water, when it gets hot, it expands. And the steam from that water as it gets hot is what makes the popcorn pop. So that's the secret. So if you have your popcorn feels a little damp, that's okay. But you don't want to have old popcorn that's dry. Same thing when you have corn on the cob. You don't want dry corn on the cob because then when you eat your corn, there's no flavor in it. So we're just waiting here for our popcorns to pop, our testers, and as soon as they pop, we will get started. There we go. That was fast, right? So now we're going to pour in our popcorn. So we pour in just enough to cover the bottom of the pot. So it'll take about 90 seconds for this to pop. And then from there, we will toss it in our bowl and add our seasonings. I give it a shake so that all the popcorn gets some oil on it. It's really important that your pan and your pot, the lid has a real tight seal so that there's no steam coming out because that's what's cooking the popcorn, the steam. Otherwise you can burn your popcorn and no one likes burned popcorn. Does get really hot. So I turned off the heat. It's been about 90 seconds of the popcorn cooking. I'm gonna let it finish cooking till I hear the kernels popping. And then once they start slowing down, I'll take them out of the pot. But be careful at this stage because sometimes you'll get a popcorn in your eye. You're still popping. So now we've got popcorn. And now we can season. So you can use any seasonings you have around the house. We're big fans of the popcorn salt and butter combination with a little bit of chile. So we have chile, you could put paprika, you can put garlic, you can even put jalapenos and pickles. So I'm gonna put the salt. I'm gonna toss it, so that's why the big bowl is important, because you wanna be able to get everything covered. And the salt that we like is this popcorn salt. I found it at Food King. But find whatever you like. I just don't like the orange one. That one's too salty. But this is our popcorn. Thank you for joining. Be sure to like and subscribe.